All right, guys. Hello. Good evening. Hello, everyone.
Teacher.
Good evening. How
Hello,
are you?
teacher. Good evening.
How are you?
Teacher, can you hear me, teacher?
Yes, Andres, I can hear you.
All right.
Okay, very good. Okay, guys, we are going to start this class immediately. Let's check the agenda first. So today is our class number 9. This is the part 1 of class 9 of level B1.5, and today is June the 2nd, Friday, June the 2nd, 2023. All right, let's check the agenda quickly. First, attendance. Then you will have to some time to answer the encuesta de satisfacción. Each level we have the survey, la encuesta. So you will have some time to answer that. Then I'll give you some instructions for the project presentation. We're going to start or do our presentations of the final project. And if we have some minutes at the end, some maybe 10, 15 minutes at the end, we'll do some practice activities for Unit 8, extreme adjectives, and also if we have time, the past modals and the modal verbs, okay? So that is our plan for today, our agenda. So let's start by checking attendance first. I will check the list. Okay. Okay, Gerson Arizmendi.
Present, teacher.
All right. Jean-Claude Barrera.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Yesid Calderón.
Present, teacher.
Right. Natalia Camargo.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Andrés Correa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Silvia Cuellar.
Present, teacher.
Johan Duque. Johan. Johan. Elkin Fernández. Julián Figueroa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Ginette Fontecha. Carlos Galán.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Mabel Gamboa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Then Jose Alejandro Gómez.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay. And Lisette Tarazona.
Present, teacher.
Okay. All right. Okay, Johan. I'll show you first before anything else. Let me show you this. So remember, I asked you on the group, on the WhatsApp group, how would you like to receive your certification for a level A2? You were all invited to the graduation ceremony that will happen well, soon. I don't remember the date exactly, but this ceremony will happen soon. So this is what I got, your answers. Gerson correo or email, Jean-Claude, Jessie, Natalia, Andrés, Silvia, Elkin, Julián, Carlos, Mabeli asiste, perdón, José Alejandro correo, and Lisette correo. ¿Ok? Entonces todavía me faltan 2 estudiantes, Johan y Ginette, creo que no está en este momento en la sala.
Teacher, correo.
Ok.
Correo.
Ok. Y Ginette no me confirma.
Teacher, your microphone on.
Sorry. Okay, remember that this cycle is about to finish. We will have the final exam on Monday, June 5th. So I don't think we have much time to work on Moodle. Probably on Tuesday, the 6th, we will have to upload your grades, okay? So remember to work on Moodle this weekend. I know it's difficult, you have a lot of responsibilities, but please take some time to work on it, and this will also help you as final or practice for the final exam, okay? Remember, this exam will be a bit different from the others in B1 because this is a standard type test. So the exercises are a bit different in this particular exam, okay? So please do not forget to work in Moodle. Jeanette, are you listening? Are you here, Jeanette?
Yes, teacher.
Ok, Jeanette. Les estaba comentando con respecto a la ceremonia de grabación que habrá certificación de su nivel A2, pero no me confirmaste entonces si por correo o si puedes asistir.
Por correo, teacher.
Ok,
Teacher.
ok. Vamos a ver. El siguiente nivel empezaría, vamos a ver la fecha, ya les confirmo. Siguiente nivel, el 8 de junio, ¿ok? Descansamos 6 y 7, es decir, terminamos el lunes, descansamos martes y miércoles, iniciamos nuevamente el 8, o sea, el jueves 8 de junio. ¿Ok? All right, guys. Good. So let's now, before we start the presentations, let's answer the survey. Vamos a responder la encuesta de satisfacción para este ciclo 9. ¿Ok? Por favor, abrimos el enlace, respondemos las preguntas. Una vez terminen, me confirman a través del chat. Correo electrónico, nombres, apellidos, su código de estudiante. Si no lo saben, me pueden escribir por el chat, yo se los puedo enviar. Cédula de ciudadanía, número de documento de identidad, grupo 1, B1.5 y respondemos las preguntas. ¿Okay?
Teacher, en el siguiente nivel continúa la misma docente para la segunda hora.
Sí.
Ah, ok.
Sí. Okay, Jean-Claude, give me a moment. And Andres, also give me a moment. It's time that we know our code already after 9 cycles. Ah, sorry, Jean-Claude, I sent you the wrong one. The second code I sent you is not for you, okay? All right, guys, so we had some time to do that. Let's check. Oh, Elkin, you're here in class. Okay. Okay, guys, so let's check the instructions before we begin our presentations. Okay, so you already know what's the order on the list. I sent you the list yesterday. So be prepared to project your video when I call your names. In the video, what I will check is appropriate vocabulary, expressions, your tone of voice, correct intonation, volume, speaking clearly, fluently, and good pronunciation, good or correct use of grammatical structures that we have studied, and also complete sentences, and that your video is no longer than 3 minutes. Okay. So what else do we are we going to do besides the presentations? Okay, so we will go one by one. Once you finish your presentation, I will ask other students, it can be one or two other students, to tell me about the presentation that we just saw. Okay, so you have to answer which event did your classmate talk about, what did you like about his or her presentation, and maybe tell us about interesting details that you remember from the presentation. All right, guys, so it's important that we pay attention, that we are attentive to our partners' slides or presentations and videos, because we all spend some time working on this, preparing this, making the video, filming it, and everything. So it's not very nice for us to present it and no one is paying attention, right? So how can I know that you are paying attention? Then I will ask you some questions after each presentation, okay? So this will be random. I can ask different students about presentations, okay? So do you have questions before we begin?
Teacher, una cosita. Lo que pasa es que yo salí hace poco del trabajo y voy en vehículo, pero entonces estoy conectado desde el celular. No podría compartir pantalla, pero puedo enviar pues el video. Yo lo tengo descargado, el archivo de la presentación. No sé si
If
puedo enviar.
if you have the link, it's
Pues
okay.
es
If
que-
you, but not the file. It will take longer to download the file. And this, like, we are just in the presentations, Jean-Claude, so we don't have enough time to do that. Maybe you can do it later once you arrive home. So we will skip you because you are one of the first. And then at the end, or almost at the end,
Ok.
you can present your video. Okay?
O sea, ok, teacher, pero digamos que, o sea, es que yo lo grabé de Zoom, o sea, la presentación está en Zoom. Yo descargué el video, ¿tiene que ser algún link o...?
Claro, si lo tienes en un link, pues es muy fácil porque es inmediato, pero mientras tú me lo envías y lo descargo, pues nos toma tiempo descargar el documento.
Ok,
Y pues ya
entonces,
estamos encima de las presentaciones, ya no tenemos como el tiempo para
sí,
eso, ¿ok? Entonces,
entonces yo espero
como te
entonces
dije, eso, ¿ok?
al final. Listo,
Okay.
teacher.
All right. So, any other question before we begin? No? Okay. So, I will activate the option for you to share the screen as well. So, the first one is Gerson, then we will have Yesid, then Natalia, Andres Camilo, Silvia, Johan, Elkin, Julian, Jeanette, Carlos, Mabeli, Jose Alejandro, and Lisette. And finally will be Jean-Claude, okay? So this is the order. We can start with Gerson. You can share your screen, Gerson.
Okay, teacher, I'm ready. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, teacher. Give me a moment. Okay, go.
No se escucha. Si tiene audio, no se escucha.
¿No se escucha, teacher?
Deja de compartir otra vez y le das, cuando compartas, clic en compartir audio.
Ah, ok, lo
Creo
siento.
que
Voy
no
de
se
nuevo.
escucha. Ujú.
Clic. Ah, ok, ok. No, no la activé. Voy de nuevo.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gerson Arismendi, and I have chosen a special topic, my graduation trip. The trip was on November 15th in the year 2013. I was finished my secondary school, and I visited Santa Marta and Cartagena. As you can see in the photo, both are beautiful places. The trip was organized with my classmates and our parents. We were so young, we were 70 years old on average. How it happened? We had always wanted to meet on a beach because that was the last time that we were to be classmates, but we had a problem. We didn't have money to pay an expensive trip. Nevertheless, we decided to organize event to raise enough money and pay part of the trip. About the events, we did a bazaar where usually you can find food, beer, dancing, and talking with other people. Another event was to sell beer in a local football championship, and finally with raffles from roast chicken and one beer bar. Why is important? The beer is because the majority of the classmates we didn't know the sea and we want to stay happy similar to the photo in the slide. And the second important reason was because this trip was the last time that we were on a trip like classmate. And another reason were two important achievements in our life as high graduation celebration and a different experience. Who was part of the event? In summary, part of the trip was 15 classmates, including me, one head teachers, four parents, and one tour guide. About scenery, this part was better because it was the first interaction with the place. There were many expectations about the place, and these were fulfilled. Different water, great view of the blue sea, new are people, why the sun like the photo. And about the activities, finally the funny part, we had a party at night, we did scuba and visited another beach called Playa Blanca. We swam in the sea in both my beach and different cities. We visit and walked Cartagena walls. It was an unforgettable trip for our age, and the final goal was achieved. Thank you guys for your attention. Bye bye.
All right, thank you, Gerson. The time was perfect, almost 3 minutes. So now I will ask some of you questions about Gerson's presentation, right? For example, Jose. Jose, can you tell me which event did Gerson describe in his video? Jose? No answer. Okay, maybe Carlos. Carlos, which event did Gerson describe in his video?
Okay, teacher. Yes, I have a question. In the hotel, you sleep alone or with other classmates?
Okay, this is a question for Gerson. So Gerson, can you answer?
Okay.
In the hotel?
Yes. In the hotel, we sleep with other classmates, but we sleep a little because only want stay no different place.
Mhm. So you didn't sleep much, very much.
Yes.
Okay. And for another student, okay, Jose, go ahead.
Hey,
So
teacher, sorry.
yes, is it? No
I have
problem.
my hands dirty because I
Okay.
am. Teacher,
So can you tell me,
Gerson,
no, anything, another question. So any interesting detail that you remember from his presentation
uh, mm,
or an overview? What do you remember?
maybe for Gerson, mm, did you like the experience of scuba? How does it feel? Because I don't have uh, this experience.
Okay, Gerson, you can answer. Did
Okay,
you like
Jose.
this experience?
Yes. Yes, is I like this experience because it was a new experience for me. Uh, this I like.
Okay, good. All right, guys. Thank you. Okay, we continue with the next student is Jessit.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, we cannot hear anything. I don't know if you have started playing the video.
Can you hear me, teacher? No.
Yes, I can hear you, but not the video. You can try again. No escucho nada. Si tiene ya el sonido, no lo escucho. Fíjate en como la manera en que lo compartes, que tenga incluido el sonido.
Okay, teacher. One moment. Important day in my life for me has been.
Ok, ahora sí se escucha.
Hello everybody, my name is Jessica Calderon Castellanos, and in this video I would like to tell you about when I win the first place in Premios Innovadores Santander. I believe that the most important day in my life for me has been when I win in first place at the Best Entrepreneurship Idea in Santander. This event was organized by the Cámara de Comercio of Santander in 2016. In this picture, I will tell about us with two friends from college, one who is a mechanical engineer named Jorge Santana and sorry, teacher. Teacher,
Yes, tell me.
voy a compartir nuevamente
Okay,
porque no me está corriendo el video.
okay. Sí se escucha, pero creo que no se pasan las imágenes.
Ah, ok,
Sí se escuchaba.
ok, teacher. Ok, momento. I will tell about us with two friends from college, one who is a mechanical engineer named Jorge Santana and another a chemical engineer named Carlos. We had the idea of creating a company to crush used-tired and strat crusher rover. In this other picture, we can see when the Industrial University of Santander helped us apply to the Cámara de Comercio of Santander for the Best Industry Idea category, where we always attended training that the Industrial University of Santander gave us. Here we can see the invitation. We didn't expect that we would be invited or less chosen, and we were surprised by this invitation. We thought it was a lie when the invitation arrived in October 25 at 2016 from the Cámara de Comercio, and we were surprised. For the hour day, we were only with my friend Carlos because Jorge Santana, a mechanical engineer, was traveling to Mexico and he couldn't attend. In this picture, we can see the scenario. On the day of the event, we were summoned to the Luisa Calvo Auditorium of the Industrial University of Santander. It was full of guests. Indeed, there were more entrepreneurs from Santander, journalists, sponsors, Laila Andy, Bavaria, Sena, friends and family members of the entrepreneurs, and among others. For us, this award was great. At first, we felt scared and were afraid to go on stage to present our idea, but nevertheless, the applause motivated us to go on stage. In this other video, we can see our idea. On stage, we had to present a video of 3 minutes that we made previously, where we explained our idea about shredding tires and where our idea was born from, and right there we explained the whole shredding process. And finally, in this picture, we can see a photo where we were already with our prize. We were overjoyed, euphoric, grateful because we never thought we would win first place. After this event, we went to celebrate and drank all night in Guadalupe with my friend Carlos, his wife, and my brother. And my dear friend, this was all. Thanks.
All right, Jesse, thank you. Thank you very much. Very good. All right, so now I'll ask some of you either if you can summarize the Jesse's story, or if you have any questions for him, right? So maybe Jeanette, if you have any questions for him, or just summarize what you remember from his presentation.
Okay, teacher. I remember that he's here speaking that he won first place in Premios Innovadores de Santander in 2016. And he got the I don't know how can I say premiación.
Yes, the awards.
And the
Yeah.
awards at WIS.
Okay. All right, good. And finally, does any student have any questions for Jessit that you would like to know more about his event? No questions? All right, good. Thank you, and thank you, Jessit. So we can continue with the next, right? Next student would be Natalia.
Okay, teacher, one moment. Hello everyone, my name is Natalia Camargo and today I'm going to talk about the important event of my life, especially my marriage. When it happened? In August 15, 2020. How it happened? As you can see in the pictures, Andres and I have been dating since 2017 and our relationship has always been good. In March 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic was very strong in Colombia, and due to all the restrictions imposed by the government, we had to be apart. That was very hard for us. We were scared to think that the other could be sick and isolated, so we want to take a step further in the relationship and get married to face the pandemic together. It was difficult for us to get an appointment at the notary, and due to the pandemic, we were unable to have a traditional wedding. But we had to get married at the notary and only with one person as a witness. It was hard for us because we couldn't be with our parents and siblings, but it was also wonderful because we've been together as husband and wife ever since. After we got married, we took a taxi because my friend Yesenia had invited us to dinner at her house to celebrate. We were with her and her husband until 3 p.m. Then we went to an Adventist church when we met with the pastor, and there we gave up his blessing and I prayed for our marriage. I'm grateful to God that despite how hard the pandemic was, we were able to face the difficulties together and have a happy life. This year, we are going to celebrate our third anniversary. Now, in this photo, we will see who was part of this event. Andres, my friend Yesenia, the notary, and me. Why is important? I think that marriage is for life, and deciding to marry and unite my life with Andres and to form a home is one of the most important decisions in my life. We are now going to be married for 3 years, and if I could go back in time, I would choose him again as my husband. How I felt? I felt excited and nervous, but also sad because I couldn't be with my parents or siblings. In this photo, I want to show you the scenario of the event. We got married on a rainy and cool day. Everyone had to wear masks. We got married in a notary, so there were a lot of people. We went to the notary's office, a big office with wooden decoration. Leaving, we headed home by taxi. We arrived at the apartment block where my friend Yesenia lived in a large, rich, old-style apartment. Then we went to an Adventist church, a big, beautiful building with a colonial style, with a garden in the middle. That brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
All right, thank you, Natalia. Very good presentation. All right, guys. Now let's see another student that could participate, maybe Andres Correa. Okay, Andres, can you give us a brief summary of Natalia's type of event? Anything that you found interesting or a question that you have for her?
Okay, teacher, Natalia, the project talks about her marriage, which took place in August 2015, I think so.
No, in the pandemic.
In the pandemic? Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yes. Um, for she is grateful to, she mentioned that the relationship has always been good. and she's grateful to God to helping in building her relationship. And I have a question, and I would like to know or receive a tip from Natalia on how to maintain a beautiful relationship and make a marriage.
Okay.
Yes,
She has
you
been
know.
married almost 3 years, so
Yes, and can you
Natalia.
give me some tip to maintain a beautiful relationship, please? Because I'm single and probably
Good,
one day I will
good
find a good.
use of tips. Yes.
Yes.
Natalia, you can
I'm
answer.
sorry, teacher. Yes. Oh, it's a difficult question. I don't know, but I think it's always tell the truth, and uh, love each other, despite the problems.
Okay.
Maybe I think
Yes.
it's it.
I would say maybe to talk about when you have a problem or an argument, to talk about it and not just wait. This accumulates, right, over time. So
Yes,
if you
teacher.
have any like disagreement, then you talk about it and you communicate. All right.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Natalia and Andres, for your participation as well. Okay, continue then. Andres, this is your turn for your presentation.
The teacher, let me, yeah. Can you see my screen, teacher?
Yes, I can.
All right, let's start.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andres Correa. It's a pleasure to be here, and today I'm going to present you a great triumph that I had in my life, which was graduating as an environmental engineer.
Andrés, por favor, ponlo pantalla completa. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andres Correa. It's a pleasure to be here, and today
Teacher, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Voy a volver a, es que no sé por qué no me está dejando, o sea, pasar la presentación. No sé.
I'm going to present in June
Okay.
27 of year.
Sí.
Yeah. Bueno.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andres Correa. It's a pleasure to be here, and today I'm going to present you a great triumph that I had in my life, which was graduating as an environmental engineer. Now I'm going to show you an overview of my graduation ceremony. In June 27 of year 2017, I achieved one of the greatest accomplishments of my life, obtaining my professional degree as an environmental engineer from Unipass University. As you know, it was a graduation ceremony where I received my diploma as an environmental engineer. And as I told you, the graduation ceremony took place in 2017. My parents and my grandmother accompanied me to the ceremony, which took place in a grand auditorium filled with hundreds of other graduates and their family. The ceremony began with the university rector congratulating us on our achievement. My name was called to receive my diploma, and I was a bit nervous but immensely happy. The graduation ceremony was a significant event for me because it marked the end of a year of hard work and dedication and the beginning of a new journey as a professional environmental engineer. Also, the support and encouragement of my parents and grandmother were essential to achieve this milestone. I felt both nervous and happy at the same time. I was nervous because it was a big day and I just wanted everything to go well. However, it was immensely happy because I had just graduated as an environmental engineer. And I felt proud of my accomplishment and grateful for the support of my family. When it finally began, the person in charge who was the rector of the university congratulated us of our achievement. So they called my name to receive my diploma, and as I told you, I felt so proud. and I was a bit nervous but so happy to be graduating as an environmental engineer. After the ceremony, my father and I celebrate with a delicious meal at the restaurant called Doña Petrona, which specializes in the tea food that I like the most, which is food cuisine. I told them how much I appreciate their support throughout my studies. And in a conclusion, graduating from Unipass as an environmental engineer was a significant achievement for me, and it was a day that will be always hold a special place in my heart. It was a day when all the hard work, dedication, and sacrifice paid off, and I achieved one of the most significant milestones in my life. Thanks for your time and your attention.
All right, thank you, Andres. Very good. Well done. Okay, now let's hear one student to give us some opinion, feedback, or any questions that you have. Elkin. Right, so you can tell me what you remember, or if you have questions for Andres.
Andres, I have a question about the food and Doña Petrona. How was the food in that restaurant? I have never heard about this restaurant. How was the food?
Okay, absolutely. My favorite food is seafood meal.
Yeah, seafood.
So yes,
Okay.
this is a good restaurant. It's for me, it's one of the best restaurant that there are in Santander, especially in seafood. So
Okay.
yeah.
And what did you eat? What is your favorite like dish?
My favorite dish is paella.
Okay,
I
yes,
really like.
it's delicious.
Yes. Yeah.
The paella. Okay, thank you. Okay, Silvia is asking a question on the chat. Thank you, Silvia. How long did it take you to find a job? Andres, this is the question for you.
Okay. Fortunately, I found a job 2 months after that I got my graduate or my diploma.
Your diploma, your degree?
Yes. So fortunately, I got a job in short time.
Okay, good. Thank you, Andres. Very good. And also Elkin and Silvia for participating. Okay, give me just a second, guys, and then we continue. Okay, thank you. I think we can continue with Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude, or I think it's yes, Jean-Claude.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Or Julian.
Yes, Julian.
Okay, thank you. Don't show what's up. Okay. Thank you.
Could you hear?
No,
Me,
no, we cannot hear.
Good night, teacher. Good night, classes. Below, I'm going to share with you one of the most important moments of my life, my graduation as environmental engineer. This event occurred on March 6, 2020. I shared that moment with the most important person in my life, my mother. Thanks to her, I am the person and professional that I am today. This title and my whole life is in honor of her, who is not accompanying me today, but sees me from heaven. The scenario in which the graduation occurred was in the main auditorium of the Universidad Pontificia Bolivariana. It's a large, spacious, luminous stage with good acoustics. That day, the auditorium was full to me, that made it look more beautiful. When I received the diploma and saw the audience, the auditorium seemed much larger to me. That day, I was accompanied by my mother and my best friends for college. I feel nervous, as you can see in the photos, but I was also very happy and proud of what I was accomplishing. The event was set by University Choir. They sang beautiful and made the ceremony spectacular. When the choir finished singing, our teachers had a few words for us. At the moment, I feel very proud that my mom was watching me at the moment. The event was in the morning. Then I went to have lunch with my mother at a restaurant known as La Carreta. That restaurant was of one of my mother's favorites. In the afternoon, I met my cousin and we celebrated by smoking a habano. At night, I celebrated with my friends in a disco and we danced and drank a lot. It was a special night because the pandemic will arrive weeks later and we will not be able to go back to a disco for a long time. We were happy and we know it. In summary, it was a special night, but much more special because of my mother. It was the last day I was really happy. In honor of her, I live now. Thank you very much to all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jean-Claude, and also Julian too, for sharing the presentation. Thank you for the story. Now we can hear some other student, as we have done, give you an overview. So what do you remember about the presentation? Or if you have any questions for Jean-Claude. Maybe we can listen to, let's see, Gerson.
Okay, Tish. My classmate talked about his graduation as a teacher. And you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Environment engineer. He dedicated your achieve her master. He had a celebration in a nice restaurant called La. And later he met with her best friends and his cousin. It was an important achievement in his life.
Okay. Thank you, Gerson. Good. Anyone else? Do you have any questions? Further questions for Jean-Claude?
Okay, Jean-Claude, I have a question. As you know, I am also an environmental engineer, and I have a question as how has it been for you to be a professional in environmental engineering?
Yeah. Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, sure. As you know, I am also an environmental engineer, and how has it been for you to be a professional in environmental engineering?
Um, okay, first, me is a very important career for the world. I enjoy in this career, this profession, and I graduated in pandemia, so for me and for all my classmates were more difficult found job. So um, in the last 1 year, I can work as environmental engineer, but I enjoy very much this experience.
Okay, thank you, Jean-Claude, and also Andres and Gerson for participating. Okay, very good. Okay, guys, continuing. We are in Silvia Cuellar.
Teacher, wait a minute.
All right.
A concert. The event was held in Bogota. And I am Silvia Collar, and I'm going to tell you about my best day ever.
Teacher, could you tell me if you are? Yes?
Yes, we hear. We can listen.
It was a concert. As I told you, my best day ever was a concert. The event was held in Bogota on 25 January of this year, 2023. Concert of a Korean group, world class, hosting in the country, and it was a very big surprise. How it happened. The process to be able to travel, to buy food, to buy tickets, the hotel, the transport was very difficult because at the time they announced the dates on social media, I hadn't enough money. So it was very difficult. And the process to get the tickets was a mess. But at the end, I could go to the event, and the event was amazing. What is important for me? For me, it's important because first, I know them since 2016 when I was 15 years old, and now I'm 22, and it's a long time. So groups. So I wanted to go. Who was part of the event? I traveled alone, and then I met one of my best friends called Ali. We also bought the tickets together, but we met in Bogota. We stayed together at a hotel in Galerías near Movistar Arena. The description of the scenario. The scenario size was medium and the screen wasn't large at all. That was a problem because I couldn't see like some presentations very well. But yes, it was sad. But in the concert, there were a lot of foreign people, and the majority was from neighboring countries and fans of the other groups that wanted to support the artists to promote more concerts in Colombia. And final, how I feel. I feel very happy for the experience, and I cried, but it was amazing. If you have in the future the opportunity to be able to go to a concert, please take the experience.
All right. Thank you, Sylvia. I don't know if it was only on my computer, but it was like a delay between your image and the sound. I could understand everything, but it was a little like I don't know if it was
It
the
was maybe
video.
because my internet, because my internet is so bad, so maybe for that.
Okay, yes, but don't worry. It was okay. The presentation, it was very good, and I could understand you clearly, but it was just like a little distracting that your movements didn't match what we were listening. Okay, but no problem. It was okay. All right, so now let's hear another student that, as I told you, you can ask a question or give us like an overview or an overall idea of Sylvia's presentation. So maybe is Mabeli's turn, please.
Hello, teacher.
Mhm.
I remember about the presentation, Sylvia. It was about the her first concert. The event was in Bogota. Yes. And in January.
In January, yes. Do you remember the band or maybe the type of music?
So I remember letters and CT.
Okay.
Yes. And this event was important for Sylvia because it was a well experience.
Yes, it was a good experience. All right, thank you, Mabel. Maybe another student has a question for Sylvia. No questions? Okay, I have a question for Sylvia. So about concerts. How did you manage with the long lines, waiting to enter to the stadium? Was it difficult? Was easy for you? How did you do this?
Okay. The concert was at 8 p.m. It start at 8 p.m. But we have to be in the queue at 6 p.m. So
Okay.
yes, the queue was so long. And in a moment I start to feel like a pain in my back, but but then uh, everything was okay about it, because I don't, maybe because it was my first concert and I don't have like another experience to be able to compare the experience. But I think the process to be able to enter to the Movistar Arena was okay.
All right, it was easy or fairly easy to
Yes.
get in. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you for the presentation. Okay, we can continue with Johan. Next is Johan. Duke.
Okay, teacher. Can you see? Teacher?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear? Hello, classmate and
Can you turn up the volume of the video? Okay.
hello, classmate and teacher. I would like to tell you about my graduation as a civil engineer from the Universidad Industrial de Santander, Bucaramanga, Colombia. First, I begin on December 14, 2022, when I complete one of my most important goals that I have achieved so far. This event is important to me because it marks the end of one stage of my life and the beginning of another one that I am now living. I graduated as a civil engineer at the Industrial University of Santander. After study for 6 years, I achieved this goal. In which to achieve it, I went through happy and sad moments, but this taught me to grow as a person and to see the world in different ways. Along the way, I met incredibly intelligent, sensitive, empathic, and persevering people who allowed me to learn from them. Also, during these 6 years, I had the opportunity to see the social problems and to march in search of solutions. Then I will tell you about the ceremony start at 8 a.m. and I college graduate spoken and showed us that we can keep dreaming and that is a new beginning. This is me in one of the most beautiful auditoriums in Colombia with other graduates. I received my diploma in one of the most beautiful auditorium in Santander, the Luis A. Calvo Auditorium. It was built in 1982 and its stage is made of wood. The diploma was given to me by Director Hernan Diaz Porras. That day I was very happy. After the ceremony, we went to eat a nice lunch with my family and I couldn't stop feeling happy. In the picture, I am with my friend, my thesis tutor, my parent, and my nephew Daniel. They accompanied me during my undergrad thesis. The next day, I sent the paper to get my professional card and started a new stage in my life. I am currently working, and it is very nice to see how I learn new things every day. Thanks. It never gets easier, you just get better.
Sorry. Thank you, Johan. Johan. Very good. And I like your final message, like motivation for everyone. Very good. Okay, let's hear another student that can give us, as I told you, a question for Johan or just an overview as you prefer, okay? Maybe Julian.
Okay. His presentation was about his graduation of civil engineering. I would like to ask to him about I know I think that I know that he is working right now. Are you working or something about your career right now?
Okay, Johan, you can answer the question. Are you working in something that is related to your career? And I will add, how has this experience been for you?
Yes, teacher, I work for 2 months and finished contract.
Sorry, can you repeat? I think your internet is cutting off, so please repeat your answer.
Okay, teacher. Eh, yes, yes, I am working. Um, yeah.
Okay, you're working in something related to your career, civil engineering. And how has this experience been?
Mm, repeat, teacher.
Okay, how has your working experience been in this past year, maybe, or months?
Okay. My experience is very nice because I learn very very things and every day. So the academic is very different al mundo real or real world.
Okay, thank you, Johan. And thank you, Julian, for your question. Okay, very good.
Johan,
Okay, Elkin, please go
I
ahead.
have some funny to say you. And
Hmm.
the first thing is you cut me off of the picture. That sounds something funny, but we both graduated at the same ceremony. In the second picture, I think, and I was just near to you or
Near you. Mhm.
near you. Can you show the video game, please? To I have
That
a special
okay, okay.
meme. Or...
CR7 CR7 Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes, that photo. That
Okay, let's see.
okay. I am the man next to the girl with the pink dress. No, that no. Uh, and the right. This is a
Ah,
friend.
okay. Yeah,
Uh,
but we cannot see you there.
yes,
We cannot see you there.
but
You just barely made it to the picture, but not really.
yes, but I can say that. Yes, only have my
Yeah.
shoulder in this photo.
Yes, you appear in the cover of Johan's presentation. All right.
Okay.
Great coincidence. Yes, he recognized his shoulder. All right, thank you guys. Very, very funny anecdote. Okay, we can continue. And next is Elkin. So we will hear the next version of the story. Now from Elkin's point of view.
We always are near.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I have to record several times my video because I have a lot of bloopers. But finally, I have my final video. Okay, let me share my screen. And while this video is charging, okay, what is my screen? No, no la veo. Don't see it.
In the middle of the down bar says compartir pantalla.
But I have open. I open my video, but I don't see it in the sharing screen. I only see my
Just click on pantalla screen, like your whole. No selecciones solo el video, sino dale pantalla. Él se va a mostrar lo que tengas Sí, sí,
Okay.
tienes el video
Do
ahí.
you do you
Okay.
do you watch my screen? Do you look?
Okay, yes, I can see your screen. Mhm. I see the
Okay.
files. You can open it.
Yes, you
Yes.
can.
Uh-huh. Did you make sure that the sound was sharing?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that is my presentation. Enjoy it, please. Hello, everybody. My name is Elkin Fernandez. Today, I will talk about an important event in my life. This event was my graduation ceremony. You may be wondering, okay, when it happened? The second graduation ceremony took place on December 14, 2022. And I was there. The ceremony was held in the main auditorium of the university, the Luisa Calvo, with a seating arrangement that guaranteed social distancing. We were all wearing masks, imposing the new fashion in graduation ceremonies. So cool. And how it happened? Okay, the ceremony began with the placement of the graduates in the main stalls and the scores in the upper stalls, followed with by the national anthem of Colombia, the anthem of Santander, and the anthem of the university. The presentation will ended with the opening speech by Rector Hernan Porras Diaz. After this intervention, the wish choir went on to sing. Within this short, there were two graduates, and they were congratulated and applauded for their last participation in this presentation. It was exciting and somewhat nostalgic. Finally, the expected moment arrived. The rector started to name the different faculties and began to pass the graduates one by one as they were called. But always my day, how did I feel? Looking at the picture, I was very happy and proud of what I had achieved in a large part with the support of my parents, who was part of the event. These photos brings back happy memories of this day. Ever since I arrived at the university, well, while I was having my pictures taken, I thought back to my effort, all the effort my parents had put in. This achievement was part of them too. Beside my parents, my sister also attended my graduation ceremony. And finally, what was the most important event of my life? I still remember the long event, the long hours of studying in the library, preparing for the midterm, calculus, physics, discrete mathematics. These subjects were the ones I spent more time studying. Looking back on time in my college, I realized that I learned a lot, not just about system engineering, but also about life in general. The skills and knowledge that I gained during my studies have helped me in my professional life. Just thank you and you very much for your attention. I hope it was a pleasant and you did not fall asleep. Thank you. Okay,
Okay.
that's us all.
Very good, Elkin. Entertaining. We didn't fell asleep for sure. It was quite entertaining and very good. Thank you. So let's hear some students that I would like to ask you some for you guys to ask some questions to Elkin. All right. So let's see who hasn't participated yet. Maybe Natalia. Okay, Natalia. Yes.
Teacher, me, Natalia?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I have a question. Elkin, would you recommend studying system engineering? Why or why not?
Okay, good question.
Okay, first I highly recommend it because it's a great career with a lot of work to do in the real world. And at the moment of my graduation, I just have working with have been working with a software company, with is based in Bogota. It's a software, and I was working without a degree, and that's, for me, it's important because I am only I am only a student with a official degree, and it's difficult to get a word, and I don't know how do you how do you say well paid is okay,
Well
is
paid,
well paid,
a
well
well
paid
paid
is
job.
a well paid job. It's difficult to find in this moment a well done
Well paid.
well paid job. Excuse me.
Mhm. All right, so the recommendation is
Study
100%,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
engineering,
Okay.
Study.
systems engineering.
It's,
But
it's
of course, you need to
interesting.
you like it, or maybe you're interested in this. Just for the money, I don't think it's
Yes,
a
yes.
good
That's
mentality,
true.
right? But if you
Okay.
like it, if you are interested, that's perfect. Okay, thank you guys. Excellent presentation. Elkin, thank you, Natalia, for your participation. All right, continuing, Julian, with your presentation, please.
Okay, a moment, please. Sorry, teacher,
Okay.
when
Mhm.
it clashed.
Okay. All right, Julian, is it okay if we continue with another student and then come back to you so we can
Let
continue?
me a little if
Because we only have.
yeah, because I didn't. I have.
Okay, you need to fix something or
Yeah, I think. Let me. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the video.
okay, so let's continue with Jeanette. I'll give you this time to
Okay.
check, and if you are ready next, so we will continue with you. Jeanette, you can go ahead.
Okay, teacher.
Good evening, everyone.
Can you hear, teacher?
Yes, it's good.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about my 11th graduation day. To begin with, this occurred during the pandemic on December 18th. It was very different from the graduations that we usually see. It almost never took place, but the event was organized and it was held in the town church. My hometown is Belo Santander, and I graduated there. Here we can see some image of her. She was chosen, it was chosen, because this was a spacious place where you could have social distancing and handle security measures well, and it was also an easily accessible site for all attendants. The decoration was quite simple: balloons, ribbons, and glitter, and ahead of the altar the 2020 graduation prayer. It is important to say that our relatives couldn't go to this event, and we have to wear a mask. All of these were security measures against COVID-19. All my classmates were on this side. We were around 80 students. Also, several of my best friends, as we can see here. As a curious fact, now we all go to the same university and we continue to get along very well. My family, on the other hand, was waiting for me at home to celebrate with a barbecue and cake. We took this photo that day, and here is the photo 80 that cannot be missed. Lastly, I must say that I had a very happy time and I felt proud of myself for having achieved everything despite the difficulties. And this event is very important to me because I worked hard and made an effort to achieve it. Also, thanks my family because they have always supported me. Thank you very much for your attention.
All right, Jeanette, very good. Excellent presentation, thank you. And it was nice, and well, your pronunciation was excellent. Okay, guys, now let's see if you have any questions for Jeanette. Let's see. Maybe we can ask, I don't know who else. Let me check. Is Jacid? Yes, Jacid.
Okay, one question or you, teacher?
You can ask a question for Jeanette.
Okay, Jeanette, where was the barbecue in the town Vélez or in park?
Okay, I live in Vélez, but in a countryside. So here was the barbecue. All my relatives live in the countryside.
All right. Thank you, Jacid. Maybe I have another question. So, Jeanette, yes, that was my question. Silvia said it for me. So, you graduated from high school. Now we are interested in what career are you studying now, or what are you doing now apart from studying English, of course?
Teacher, I study industrial engineer.
Okay. Here in Bucaramanga?
Yes, here at WIS.
Oh, wow, excellent. Good job.
Thank you, teacher.
All right, perfect. Yes, she's studying industrial engineering.
And Jeanette, I have a last question, teacher. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now, did your school offer any specialization that helped you to determine that career? So, do you know what I mean, Jeanette?
Sorry, can you repeat,
Yeah,
please?
yeah, sure. Did your school offer or any specialization that helped you to choose or determine that career, this industrial engineer?
Yes, the school has a technical on microfinance operations. So when I was studying it, I really like it. So for the reason I choose the career.
All
Yes,
right.
thank you. Yes, it
Okay.
was useful for you.
Yes, it was very useful For her, okay, and hopefully for all the rest of the students in the school as well. All right, thank you, Jeanette, and Andres and Silvia for your questions, also Jessit. Okay, next, now I think Julian is ready, so we can listen to you, Julian.
Hello, classmates and teacher. My name is Julian Figueroa, and today
Could you listen it?
Yes, we can listen. If you can turn up the volume a little bit. Oh, it's okay.
Hello, classmates and teacher. My name is Julian Figueroa, and today I will talk about my high school graduation. This took place in September 2015. I started a school called the Afin Educational Unit. I will tell you about the most important people in this celebration, who was my mom. She could accompany me. She was filled with excitement, having prepared herself for this special day, designing her hairstyle just the day before. Now I'm going to talk about the details of the ceremony. The ceremony was filled with companions of my classmates, parents, siblings, and other loved ones. On the stage, our beloved directors and teachers stood, who had played a significant role in our education. It took place in our school, with a simple setup of a small platform. In the backdrop, the Venezuelan flag and two tents for the audience. Our companions had already taken their seats, and we sat between the stage and our parents. And one by one, we were called to receive our well-deserved titles. One of the things I want to tell you before anything else was when I was handed the diploma, my emotions really overwhelmed me, and I couldn't see my mom because my tears would have welled up from my eyes. Now I would like to tell you about why it was important to me. If I be honest, it wasn't about the achievement itself. It held great significance because it marked another milestone in my life. 2 years prior, my grandmother passed away, and I always knew she wanted to see me finish high school. In summarize, at first, I felt a sense of calm, finally reaching the end of my high school journey. But as events progressed, excitement and emotions started to surge within me. I felt proud of my accomplishments and immensely happy to bring joy to my mother. Now I was able to resume my studies with English, and I hope to continue learning more. And that was my presentation, friends. Thank you for joining me on this journey and for your time and attention.
All right, Julian, thank you. I really love this video. You had all these effects and like short like clips of images, and it was very, very nice. Okay, thank you. It was great. Guys, because of the time now, I will ask you just, we will continue with the presentations. We don't have enough time for any more questions, all right? But thank you for participating in that. So we will continue with the next presentations to maybe we can finish them all during the class, okay? Carlos, please go ahead with your presentation.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Carlos Andrés Galán. I will present an important event in my life, my wedding ceremony. Okay, in this slide, I will tell you about when it happened. The marriage ceremony was on December 48, 2019 in Bucaramanga, and this event was very important in my life because it completely changed the weight of my life. In the pictures, I share the moment, the left, the crunch, and the end of the religious ceremony, and pictures of the trip in Europe. Okay, how it happened. After 12 years of dating, we decided to take the next step in, and I asked for her hand in her parents' house. Consequently, 7 months later, it was the wedding ceremony because the organization of that ceremony and the party takes time. In the picture, I present you some of the best moments. Okay, now in this slide, I am going to tell you in general how the celebration went that day. Okay, the ceremony began at 4 p.m. at a crunch in the city with a family and friends invite. During the celebration, we put on the ring, and Catholic is a new beginning. Then family and friends meet in a private place for a family celebration. The party was held in a country house with rooms for some guests from the other cities. They could stay that night. Okay, on that occasion, we celebrate with food, live music, and some alcoholic drinks. In the picture, I show you some relate moments. Okay, in this slide, this slide I talk about the people invite and the scenario where the party was held. Our best friends, relatives, and cousins were invited to the ceremony. The children and husbands of our relatives also invited. The reception was held in a country house which had a large reception room and a place to locate tables and chairs, also a small stage for the musician, and kitchen to organize the dinner for the guests. Okay, in this slide I'll talk about how it felt, which is important for me. First of all, I would like to tell you that it's very important day, and every moment I felt different emotions. For example, the picture, when the wedding ended, I was definitely some else, and I started with a new story in my life. And in the picture, you can see my appearance of that emotion. As a conclusion, it was a very important step in my life because from that moment on, I start to live with my wife permanent.
All right. Thank you, Carlos. Very good. Excellent presentation, good slides, and well done. Thank you. Okay, guys, continuing, Mabeli.
Hello, teacher. Can you listen?
Yes, I can listen to you.
Okay. I try to present them. Teacher, can you see my screen or no?
No, not yet.
Teacher, ¿te puedo compartir el enlace? Es que se me volvió la
Yes.
luz y desde el celular es más
Yes, send it.
complicado.
Okay.
Ya te lo compartí. Thank you.
No, tengo que entrar a tu cuenta, no me deja ver. Ya está compartiendo.
No creo que ya.
Okay.
A ver.
Okay.
Ay, Dios. Está. No me deja reproducirlo.
Ok, no, entonces me lo envías a mí el video y yo lo veo después, ¿ok? No hay problema. Vamos a tratar de terminar ahorita con... Es que el enlace que me enviaste no me deja entrar porque debo entrar a la cuenta de la universidad, creo, no sé. Entonces, continuemos con José. Okay.
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Jose, you can share your screen with your video.
No, teacher, because Mabel is sharing.
Mabeli, can you stop sharing the screen, please?
Voy, ya lo quito.
Thank you. Okay, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
You see the video? Yes.
Yes.
And you listen?
When I
Yes.
was told to think
Yes.
of an important event in my life, the first thing that came to my mind was the wedding of two of my best friends, Valentina and Giovanni, who had been together for more than 5 years. So what I wanted to present was a vivid description of my memories of the wedding. My friends decided on a traditional wedding in a traditional church in the city. Therefore, on May 5, 2020 at 3 p.m., we were invited to the Cathedral of the Holy Family in the downtown. The invitation also included an invitation to a hacienda on the outskirts of Piedecuesta, for which formal but casual attire was recommended, among other transportation related instructions given the location of the party. Friends and family were invited to this important event, which marks the beginning of a new chapter in the lives of my dear friends. Consequently, I highlighted my experience arriving at the church. As I walked into the church, I was greeted by the sound of the organ playing and the fragrance of the flowers. The doors at the back of the church opened and the bride appeared. The ceremony was filled with meaningful rituals and tradition. The bride appeared with her father, the guests cheered, and the couple exchanged vows and rings, and the priest blessed their union. After the ceremony, we all headed to a countryside hacienda named Casa Bautista, where a reception had been set up in a beautiful decorated outdoor area. The tables were adorned with colorful flowers and candles, and the air was filled with the essence of delicious Colombian cuisine. The wedding party kicked off the festivities with a dance routine followed by heartfelt speeches from the bride and groom's parents, expressing their love and support for the newlyweds. As the night went on, we danced to lively music, enjoyed traditional Colombian drinks, and indulged in delicious desserts. Being a part of this wedding was truly special experience. It was a celebration of love, family, and tradition, and it brought together people from all walks of life to share in the joy and the happiness of the newlyweds. Thank you.
Okay, Jose, thank you. Very good. Excellent presentation. Good pronunciation overall. Well done. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, teacher.
And finally, Lisette.
Okay, teacher.
All right.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lisette, and today I would like to tell you about my 15 years, which is my important life event. Let's talk about when it happened. I turned 15 years old on April 28, 2015. I didn't celebrate this day. However, I had a party 1 month later on May 30th, and it was planned in a week. This leads me to the next point, which is how it happened. The weekend before the event, my mom suggested to celebrate my birthday, which had been 3 weeks before. My dad agreed and we started the plan, which I would like to describe. First, my dad borrowed some money from his boss. Then my parents and I made and sent the invitations. That weekend I rented the dress and I made the decorations by myself. During the week, my parents hired a serenade, but they kept it secret. And one of the last steps was to find a place. And my uncle allowed us to celebrate the party in his restaurant. And finally, the day arrived. That day, my mom helped me get ready. She did my makeup and hair, as you can see in this photo. The place was decorated by my cousins and me, and I have lots of photos because the photographer did a good job. Now we need to consider the description of this scenario. Let's turn our attention to these photos. We can see there were lots of balloons and tiny figures that I made on the ceiling and walls. There were red chairs, there was a table with the cake, a box for the gift, and a welcome sign. I mentioned earlier that I celebrated my birthday in a restaurant. In this photo at the top of the screen, you can see it. It is called El Viejo Lucho. At dinner, we ate chicken, salad, and mashed potatoes. In the place, there was a lot of Latin music. The event was full of joy, like it always is in Colombian parties. As well, all the guests were moved by the traditional activities of the party. For example, the changing of shoes, when they gave me the roses, and when we danced the waltz. My family, school friends, friends of the family, and the mariachi band were part of the event. The event is important because it was our first father-daughter dance, and I am an only child, so you can imagine how moving it was. My dad's speech was so special, and I have kept those words in my heart. It was my first serenade, and the songs were touching, and my mom's dream came true with me because she didn't have a celebration when she turned 15. I would say that I felt grateful, sentimental, and surprised that day. I cried and laughed a lot. For example, the dance with my friends was funny because we didn't rehearse and it was improvised. And after the party, when I went back home, I couldn't sleep. I was so excited about what had just happened, and this is a memory I will always keep in my heart. And finally, thanks for your attention. Hello,
All right. Very
hello,
good. Very
everybody.
good.
I'm Lisette, and today I would like to
Okay,
tell you
teacher.
about my 15 years, which is my important life event. Let's
Okay,
talk
you
about when
can
it happened.
stop it.
I turned 15 years old.
All right, Lisette, very good. Thank
Okay,
you. As
okay.
everyone did a great job in your video. So I think Maveli, she's here. Yes, Maveli, please send it to me. I'm sorry that we couldn't see it during the class, but no worries. I will check it
Teacher,
individually.
¿te lo envío por correo?
Yes, as it's better for you. Si te queda mejor por correo, creo que deja enviar los archivos o si lo puedes cargar a YouTube y me envías el link, también se podría hacer así, como sería más fácil. Así lo cargas y me lo envías el link, ¿ok?
Listo,
All
teacher.
right,
Ya
all
hago
right,
eso.
guys. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for your presentations. I like them a lot, and it showed your great work during the whole B1 cycle, right? So yeah, we extended this class enough, so I will let you go. I think teacher Sandy will give you until 8:10, all right? So please come back at 8:10 for the second part of the class. Thank you, guys. See you next
Thank you,
week.
teacher.
Bye-bye.
See you
See you
Monday.
on Monday.
Final